Well, 5 minutes away, a little over 5 minutes, in fact, from making a start with this 1 metre 35 winning round. This one kindly supported and sponsored by ESI Footing. Equestrian Services International, providing complete equestrian site development, and that's through design, installation and maintenance. ESI is your one-stop shop for all of your equestrian needs. Thanks to them for their support. 41 coming forward for this. That first round set by Canadian international course designer Peter Holmes. 11 numbered fences, 13 jumping efforts, 14 jumping efforts, in fact, of course, with that double and triple combination. The course has been measured at 460 metres and running at 350 metres per minute. For the first round, it gives a time allowed of 79 seconds. As I mentioned, the top 10 come forward, and only the top 10. Only the top 10, remember that, come back for that second round, the winning round. In the winning round, they'll bring forward any faults from the initial round, and that shortened course that they'll then contest is for A 5, 6, 7BC, 8, 11 and 13. And remember again, only the top 10 will come back for the winning round. So just about ready to start, and again it is 11 numbered fences, 14 jumping efforts with the double and triple combination. That double combination, the playing cards by the in-out gate, and the split rock triple combination of vertical oxer and vertical coming out as well. The best 10 and only the best 10 will return for the winning round. They'll come back for the winning round in reverse order of merit, and if necessary, they'll carry forward any faults from the initial round. Remember, just a very quick reminder, of course, 5 p.m, the exhibitors party, the Brook exhibitors party in the VIP hospitality, and there everybody is welcome. And talking of welcome, we welcome Tracy Fenny. MTM Peanut will be the first, the lady who yesterday took the lead in terms of the Horseflight Fist Pump Award. For MTM Farm, Tracy Fenny,
hello and
MTM
welcome to
Peanut.
Field here at the Aiken Horse Park in South Carolina for the latest leg of the Split Rock Jumping Tour. We are concentrating on national competition today, and our feature class today is the winning round for our national tour. Meter 35 winning round. 10 come back for the second round, and under National Federation rules, they do bring forward their faults. So it is a real tactical competition, especially with over 40 on the start list as well. Tracy Fenny and MTM Farms MTM Peanut are going to go first. Tracy, who was exceptionally fast yesterday for second place by a mere margin. Tracy and Michael McCormick here with about 8 horses for the Aiken show. You need to be on the clear, that's for sure, with the National Federation format. So through the triple combination line, looking up towards the end of the course. Got that little pale plank sitting waiting for them there by the Space Needles. Oh, he's just going to lick the rail off the Horseflight up there at the top of the ring. And finishes going past the in-gate. 74 seconds on the clock, 4 for jumping. So 4 faults for Tracy Fenny as we go on to Hayley Griffiths. Hayley moves up with the Palmer Divide Ranchers Belize Div Z. You want to follow along the live scores alongside the Wrestling live stream here. Starting order and the live scores all available through the Split Rock Jumping Tour website. Peter puts the first fence right along the rail. Was feature of Olaf Peterson's courses with us on the Split Rock Jumping Tour in Sonoma. Used the being right over the rail, right in front of the jury box to his advantage a couple of times. Tracy Fenny, it must be said, unlucky to have that rail on the way home. She had, I think, picked up a nice balance when you're so early in the draw. She had just been very prompt, very much on the front foot all the way around without racing around this track to try and be one of the fastest. So wouldn't necessarily be trying for the best draw into the winning round, but she was trying to get into that winning round. Oh, comes very close there, just got closer in to each element of the split rock triple combination. Close to having the vertical down. Not really focused in on this plank, really wallops it, but it doesn't go all the way to the edge of the plank and come down. So here's a clear on its way. Ooh, rubs the last, but it stays 76.168, so a little bit up there in terms of time. 79 seconds the time allowed, but Hayley Griffiths and Belize Dive, they are our first clear. Even if we have in excess of 10 clears, it will be the 10 best clears who come back based on time. Ayademi R4, Aaron Vale for Laurie Osterstock. Aaron, who's been having a very good national and international tour with us here at Split Rock. Fantastic winning year. I think he sits third on the year-long winning standings here in the United States. And say one of those riders that just wins Grand Prix after Grand Prix, and he is always fast without necessarily, you know, looking like he's got all the hands and heels out, throwing everything at it. Look at this time, just over 70 seconds for Aaron Vale, 72 on the clock for our second clear round, 72.382. Remember, in terms of the 10 coming back, they'll come back in reverse order of faults and time. So Aaron has the best of the draw at the moment and might stay there as well, the way he's been going this week. He's going to see Aaron back with Obi-Wan later on in the draw. And then Nightshade SCF towards the end. Also going to have Krug in the class. Gosh, does he have all 5 in this class of his national horses? Certainly had 5 in the top 8 here in our big national class 2 days ago. Well, the very experienced Lewis P for Chloe Reid. Also, we've seen plenty of times at the international level for Chloe. When we get back into maybe a few more of the more meter 30 meter 40 horses in the class, Lewis P is a little bit above that. We'll start to get a feel for, you know, are they going to have to really challenge? But with Aaron Vale, with so many in the class, some experienced horses just doing a national show here to get ready for their next international campaign over the winter, and you've got kind of got a couple of clears tied up. But if we're going to be seeing more than 10, considerably more than 10 maybe, then the tactics really change and people are going to have to start being very, very fast in this first round. Chloe and Lewis P just showing all their experience to come home even faster than Aaron Vale. So that's clear round number 3, and it is 71.049 for Chloe. So the 10-year-old by Sheraton, Gangster Linus, and Caitlin Boyle next to go. Just hanging behind a little bit all the way through the triple combination, but has the scope to clear it at metre 35. So 73.0 on the clock for Caitlin and Gangster Linus is another clear. And that will go third best at the moment. Hayley Griffiths' clear goes down into fourth. So through the start beams, and Michael with Canter 2's Canmore. It's going to take the last part out of the triple, so going on to 4 faults. I say it's already looking at this quite early stage like we're not going to be welcoming any of our 4 faulters back in the winning round. But you can see a class change goes through cycles sometimes. The class, we had a lot of clears in the first part of the welcome yesterday, and then fewer in the second part. The last looks like it's gone as well for a total of 8 in 69.999. Good time. But Ander Michael and Canmore will score 8, and I think that's going to keep them away from our winning round here today. Four-time World Cup finalist and 2008 Olympian Will Simpson. Claire Archer's Fantolite B. Potentially when it gets to it, if we start feeling we've got a lot of clears, riders might be tempted to turn inside the horse heads on the way back to the playing cards. After the green is the new blue, just starting to look for inside lines as if it was already the winning round. Just for the need to secure their place. Will and Fantolite clear through the split rock triple combination. Very positive out over that, but then feels rightly that he just needs to sit up and give a little bit of respect to that plank. So not the fastest, 74.637, but it is clear for Will Simpson, so he puts himself in the hunt for a place in the winning round. So 74.637 goes into fourth best. Louis P. and Chloe Reed are our fastest around the track, clear in 71.049. We did see a 69 seconds from Anne de Michael and Canmore though just recently. So Doug Payne and Emeraldo riding for Hannah Matz. Doug, who was on our podium here in Aiken last year in terms of the Grand Prix result. Tomorrow will be the 28th Grand Prix in the history of the Split Rock Jumping Tour. So clear for Doug in 77 seconds. Sixth best already of our clear rounds to hand, and only the 10 best can come back. And coming up to about a quarter of the way through the starting field of this meter 35 winning round. So Holly Shepherd goes next with Loretta Patterson's War Machine. Seen this combination jumping well through our national tour so far. Real hard rub there coming out of the split rock triple combination, but it stays in place, so still on the 0 score. But you wonder actually whether they might be in trouble with the whole 79 seconds time allowed. Over the horse, flight riding on towards home. Should be okay, but it is not going to be a fast clear. 77.689 for Holly Shepherd. 77.689 will go just a shade in front of Doug Payne. He was on 77.748. So we do have 7 clear rounds. Joanna Wolfer and her own Au Top de la Biche go next, hoping to join the ranks of the clears, but they're going to need to be pretty fast. I think we're going to have to start seeing clears faster than 75 seconds to feel that they're going to be going through to the winning round. Early rail here, the ESI footing goes down at number 2, and the green is the new blue gets taken out at the roots too. So Joanna Wolfer and Au Top de la Biche won't post that score. They'll elect to retire on course. So we've seen 10. 7 clears at the moment, so it's going to be very competitive to try and get into the winning round here in our meter 35 competition today. So coming to start their round, Emmanuel Greenberg with Pumpkins Patch Farms, Delicalto Van Het Marinshof. Delicalto. I'm interested to see whether, when it gets to the crux, whether we see people going inside those horses' heads. We're already up to 7 clears, a quarter of the way through the starting draw. In the moment, riders are just settling in, looking for the clear. And I think, there's plenty of riders. The winning round is the aim, if possible, but to get a clear first round here over Peter's Track will be pleasing enough for some of these competitors. It'll just set them up for a couple of classes still to come on the meter 35, meter 40 tour here at Split Rock on the national side. The Horsefly has gone for 4 on the way home, so it's going to be a steady 4 faults, 76.726 for Emmanuel. We'll go 9th as things stand, and of course we'll drop behind all of the clears we end up achieving. So Grant Seeger with Grey Fox Crossings, Frida threading their way around this course. As I say, it's going to take a bit of an effort on behalf of the competitors if they want to try and get into the winning round. We're starting to feel like 75 seconds is where they need to be. We've got a couple of clears already slower than that. We expect them to be pushed out of contention for the winning round. But yeah, riders relishing the opportunity to get in, jump this, big powerful track. First round, it's equivalent of a first round Grand Prix track, and those who are aiming for the Grand Prix at the weekend will be pleased to have come in and jumped a clear round, and that one might just make it 74.7 for Grant Seeger and Frida. I thought they were going a little bit steadier than that across the ground, but obviously a good step to the mare by Balou de Rouet. Juan Jose Lavieri with Cassidy Equestrian Services Cobalt is our next to go. The Canadian Warm Blood by Kamano. Don't want to pick up the early rail at number 2, so Juan Jose. It's interesting to see, already what riders will do when they have the 4, because I think it's pretty clear to everyone that even the fastest possible 4 is not going to be able to make it back when we're up at this stage already to 8 clear rounds. We'll say lots of tactics at play here. There'll be plenty of riders who just want to get in, get time in the ring for their horse, looking towards the National Prix on Sunday and the finals of the various Hythe tours as well. if you are planning your weekend's live stream viewing, don't forget Split Rock. Just got down at the horse flight there. Split Rock, we've got our International Grand Prix tomorrow, Saturday, and it is the National Grand Prix on Sunday in our schedule this week. Just over the time, 79 seconds. So Juan Jose will score 30. Well, from a Canadian horse to a Canadian rider now. Josephine Decker owns and rides KT Chief Inspector. So another one slightly going by the wayside very early on in the round with the ESI down. So it'll be time faults as well. So Josephine will come home with 4 jumping and 5 for time. Josephine Decker and KT Chief Inspector will score 9. Kate Stoffel Oliver with Paula Kennedy's Codaline goes next. The Dutch Warm Blood by Vittorio. This will give us our 15th starter. A little while since we've had a clear. We've still got 8 clears though, holding on for their place in the winning round. 76 seconds on the clock, and the last goes down, unfortunately, for Kate Stoffel, Oliver, and Kodaline. Fastest for Falter is 74.045. Tracy Fenney sits 9th. Kodaline and Kate Stoffel, Oliver go into the 10th place, but I don't think they'll be staying there terribly long. One of our fastest at the moment is Aaron Vale, as you'd expect, and he's well mounted in this class. He's got 4 or 5 in it. This is OB1 for Aaron, his own Thinks Like a Horse operation in the ownership of this one. Warm blood by Centadel for a rider who's right up on the rankings nationally this year. Being a lot of National Grand Prix victories. So inside those horses' heads, if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be Aaron Vale. Just over 70 seconds, 71 in fact, 71.152 for Aaron Vale, but you start to feel like that is going to be good enough. Actually, Lewis P and Chloe Reid, just showing their experience at the level above, are still a little bit faster, 71.049, so they remain our best, but Aaron Vale now with the second and third best scores, and both very good times that will take a little bit of challenging to try and unseat them from a place in the winning round. I think we're going to be seeing Aaron with 2 through. We'll see Chloe Reid. But early days, we've still got Gangster Linnaeus and Caitlin Boyle sitting on 73.0. Will Simpson and Fanta Light 74.6, 74.7 for Frida and Grant Seeger. So my, idea of 75 seconds there, sub 75 is the best 6 at the moment. So it might even get faster than 75 required to get through to the winning round. Alexa Schwitzer with Delilah de Semilly. No surprise, this one is by Diamant de Semilly. Alexa rides for Over the Top Stables. Rolling back to this line, Wrestling to the Split Rock triple combination. Oh, this veteran mare, 20 years old, Delilah de Semilly. Rolls down through the triple, still on the 0 score. But spending about 4 or 5 seconds in the air each fence. So this is going to have that fence down anyway. The horse flied in the corner and time faults as well. So 4 in 83 will be another one to pick up 5 time penalties. So total of 9. Mark Blumen with Jenny Booth's Trevita, the Colombian Championship medalist. Mark with the 9-year-old Hanoverian. Mark, who took international victory on day 1 of the show. $71-0, but Mark Blumen and Trevita have 2 down, so they will go straight out of contention. That fast 4 fault from Tracy Fenney still sits on the bubble in our 10th place at the moment. So Will Simpson back with us, just taps the back rail there with Fashion. Willow had a clear in 74 seconds earlier on, so he was under my first sort of imaginary line of qualifiers, but the best 6 of our 9 clears so far, all sub 75 seconds. Molly-Ann Kenny, the owner of this one for Will. Gets a super spot up at the horse flight over the last, and he's going to be 75 seconds here with Fashion. Fashion Prince and Will Simpson will be at clear, but in 75 seconds they might already be slightly on the bubble. It is certainly going to give us 10 clears. Doug Payne now goes onto the bubble with Emeraldo, the slowest of the clears, 77.746. So the first half of the draw has given us 10 clears, and we've got 10 places available in the winning round, so even clears now under pressure. We go to a rider based in Ocala, Florida, Lightspeed Equestrian LLC. This is Princeton. This is Elizabeth Schumann in the irons with the thoroughbred. playing cards goes. One of the first times it's gone this division. Elizabeth and Princeton just getting a good turn back there for these meter 35 horses. Peter still just introduces the test of having them roll back in front of the big screen. If it was, you know, a 4 or 5 star competition, maybe the Grand Prix for the internationals here this weekend, he'd be thinking about just pushing that question a little bit closer over to the screen and really bringing its influence to bear maybe on 1 or 2 of the horses in the field. The plank has gone there on the Space Needles, going back towards the big screen once again. So coming home on 8. So good time, 72.6, but with 8 faults, Elizabeth Schumann and Princeton will find themselves a little bit further down the order than they would like. And of course, nothing but a clear will get inside the top 10 at the moment. Madison Kondraki owns and rides Starco. On next to go are the Stacketall Sun. Starco over the plank, coming around to the final line. Should be faster than Doug Payne, will probably push him out of the winning round, but how fast can she be? Not bad at all. Look at this. It's going to be about 72 seconds, 72.144 for Madison Kondraki and Starco, so they'll go towards the top of the order. They'll actually split Aaron Bales too. Goes into third and pushes Doug Payne, Emeraldo's clear, out of the 10 potential qualifiers. Cara Jones, Cara with her own Endgame next to go. Endgame, a warm blood gelding by Chester Z. Made a good fist of trying to have the Delman down, but it stayed. Down through the triple, Cara Jones at endgame. I don't think they're going to be able to catch a place in the winning round, even with a clear. I think they're going to be above 75 seconds. Come home, 75.974 for Cara Jones at endgame. They are clear. Goes ninth, pushes Holly Shepherd and War Machine out of the top 10 qualifiers, but Cara Jones and endgame are practically on the bubble themselves. Sitting 10th at the moment is Hayley Griffiths and Belize Div Z. So coming around to start their round is going to be Caitlin Creel with Double Edge Malibabe. Emerald von Reutershoff, the sire of this one. And they are already off to a great pace. They get a fantastic spot at speed to the first. A tight turn back to this line. ESI to green is the new blue. And are they going to turn inside? They're not. Aaron Vale got around inside there. Caitlin looks like she might just be thinking about this horse's just natural forward pace across the ground being to her advantage. Just needs to hold the front end up though at this pace all the time to make sure they don't flatten out over the jumps or dive out a top rail. Doing a nice job so far. Jumps the plank at this long track, turns to the final line. Just sits up and takes one big pull there, which probably puts her over 70 seconds. She could have been 69 without, but 70.453 is going to put Caitlin Creel and Double Edge Malibabe into the lead at the moment. Difficult to see that they won't be coming back for the winning round. Will they be coming back as the final one to jump in that winning round? Because they'll come back in reverse order of merit based on faults and time. So Manuel Greenberg. Manuel with Double Edge Zipper. Manuel was with us earlier on with Delicalato van het Marienshof. Now rides HH Zipper. So the plank just on the way back towards home goes down, making it 4 for Emmanuel and HH Zipper on this occasion. Chloe Reid and Charlotte. Chloe, who's just been pushed off the top of the list with Lewis P. down into second. What can she do this time with Charlotte C. Webber's Charlotte, the Cascadel mare? Was the National Prix to play for on Sunday for these horses as well, so Chloe won't necessarily abandon all hope having had the first down. Four for jumping, 1 for time. As Chloe just takes it steady, having had the first down, she elects to just try and make sure of the rest of the round, so ends up on a total of 5. Taylor Land goes next. Pine Tree Farms Incorporated's Falco by Bastique. We've picked up a total of 13 clears. It's Cara Jones and Endgame who sit 10th, 75.974 is the time that's on the bubble at the moment in this winning round. Taylor, just again looking at a little bit of foot speed, just looking at a little bit of working on being forward all the way around, but just turned up a little bit short to the Vitalize. As we know now, in terms of today's competition, 4 faults is nowhere. Look at this time, 68.564. Taylor does a great job on the time, but 4 faults will be out of contention, but just proving that they've got all the parts of the puzzle put together, and they could be real challenges when it comes to the National Prix here on Sunday. So Aaron Vale clearly feeling sorry for everyone. He's not running all 5 of his national horses in this class, just 4 of them. He's got 2 inside the top 5 already. He comes forward now with Nightshade SCF. This is one owned by Sarah Meyer. So Aaron at the moment, his fastest ride, Obi-Wan, sits third, 71.152. I admire our 72.3, sitting in 5th best. Yeah, the last has gone, unfortunately, those pastel rails on the macaroons. So Aaron Vale and Nightshade SCF with 71 on the clock. It would have been a very competitive time. Would have been right up there inside the top 5, but 4 faults is the first of Aaron's not to look like it's qualified for the winning round. Next on course, Hilary Simpson with Palmyra Partners Speculation. Tamerlane the sire here. They are 10th best clip, 75.9 still for Cara Jones and Endgame, and this isn't going to be a clear as the green as the new blue goes. Just misread the Wrestling a little bit, maybe just thinking about the distance they wanted to ride down to the triple combination and not putting maybe enough thought and preparation into their approach to the Wrestling. Comes down a little bit short there and has the back rail off the Vitalize as well, so we're sitting on 12. The last goes 16 for Hilary Simpson and Speculation on course here in the first round of our winning round format competition. Next to go, an owner rider, Katie Tyler, with Eliza by Tangela van der Zoetuve. Kate just made a big adjustment at the last moment going into the triple combination line. Would have been very lucky to have gotten away smoothly throughout, and has the middle part down, now has the Vitalize down as well. So the latter half of the course just going a little bit awry for them, and they bypass the next on course, showing that they're electing to retire. So the defending Aiken Split Rock International Grand Prix champion, Richie Maloney. Richie with Equanimity LLC's Carnley Premier. Richie, who's been here in the US for a good while, been plenty of times back in Europe though, jumping on Major Nations Cup teams for Ireland. He's been here in the US, the winner of the Hampton Classic. He's also won the American Gold Cup. Looking like a very good time for Richie. Carnley Premier 71.724. So 8 more to start. Richie goes into 4th in that time. So Chloe Reid and Caitlin Creel with HH Malibabi. Chloe and Lewis P, they are confirmed starters for the winning round. They have got their qualification spot. 8 more to show. Another chance here for Mark Bloom, and this is Cabo Frio DV. 7-year-old Zangerscheider for Mark, riding for Robert Castro. $75,040 sits 10th at the moment. And 75 will stay in 10th place as the wrestling goes down for Mark. Oh, he had to work there a long way off the third element of the triple combination. Mark, having just eased off the pressure, is going to pick up time faults as well. So he's 8 for jumping and 3 for time. Total of 11. That means that Obi-Wan and Aaron Vale are now guaranteed qualifiers. We'll be seeing them back for sure. So Fabian Herrera next to go. Emperor by Eldorado van der Zeschuk. Owned and ridden by Fabian. Fabian still on the 0 score. Last goes. 68, 7, 98, but the 4 faults, unfortunately, for Fabian Herrera and Emperor. It's just showing that the times are still under threat, but it does mean that Richie Maloney from just a few moments ago with Carnley Premier will be back for the winning round. He's got his place now confirmed. 4 guaranteed starters. Madison Kondraki, Aaron Vale and Ayademi, Caitlin Boyle, Will Simpson, Grant Seeger, Will with Fantalite and Will with Fashion Prince sitting inside the 10 qualifying spots at the moment, but not yet guaranteed. Susan Griffiths with Palmer Divide Ranchers in Doctro K. Van Kattenhai. Need to be clear and at the very least faster than 75.040 to make it through to our winning round. Not going to be a bad time at all. It's certainly going to push down that 75 seconds that was in 10th, 72.071. Goes top 5. And actually Susan Griffiths and Indoctro Van Kattenhai immediately take a qualifying spot with that time. We're going to see Will Simpson one more time at the end of the draw with Fenn. At the moment, Will's Fashion Prince has dropped outside the top 10. He's still got Fanta Light in there at the moment, sitting 9th. Grant Seeger also inside the top 10 with Frida. Grant is back with us this time with Grey Fox crossing plot Z by plot blue. So if he does get a time that qualifies him into the winning round, it will be at his own expense because it will push Frida out. 74.718 is the time to beat at the moment to make it into the winning round starting field. Also just getting quite onward there into the hand, but did a good job, especially with the plank on the top. And they really just had to balance and make sure they respected it because it's a light jump. This is a great time. 71.153. By 1/100th of a second, it goes fourth behind Aaron Vale. 71.152 for Aaron. It's not even 100, it's 1,000th, I think, of a second. So Aaron Vale third, Grant Seeger fourth with plot Z. And as I say, Grant will take a qualifying spot on the basis of that time, but it is at his own expense. Grant Seeger's Frida goes out of our top 10. Canter 2 in the ownership of QIL. This is Anne de Michael, and back once again. Second ride for Canter 2 as well. Saw her earlier on in the round with Canmore. Madison Kondraki watching this round incredibly closely, because if Anne has a rail, Madison's place in the winning round is confirmed. A lot of outside coaching for Owo through that triple combination line. And the plank goes, so Anne de Michael is out. Madison Kondraki is definitely in. So Madison and Stacker, who went just after the halfway point, are a qualifier for the winning round, with Anne de Michael coming home in a total of 8 in 73 seconds. So 3 left to confirm their places, and 2 of those riders, Aaron Vale and Will Simpson, have one more ride to come. So at least one of them is going to be disappointed, either by losing one of their currently qualified horses or by not qualifying the horse they have yet to ride. Before that, we'll go through Canada's Josephine Decker. Josephine owns and rides Dexter by Diarado. Plank on the way home, unfortunately, for Josephine Decker. So 12 for jumping and time faults for Josephine Decker and Dexter. So Aaron Vale's Iademi are now confirmed qualifiers as we welcome Aaron back to try once again. This is with Alison Register's Krug Z again. Top placing yesterday for Krug. All 5 of his national horses were inside the top 8 of our class yesterday. Aaron and Krug. Aaron, Obi-Wan and Aaron's Iademi are both confirmed. Can he make it 3 into the winning round? I mean, you wouldn't bet against him. The time to beat to ensure he goes through. Well, to get in is 74.6. To ensure he stays in is 73.0. Well, Krug won't go through, so Will Simpson now could have 2 in the winning round. Actually, he can't possibly mathematically because Will sits in 10th. So if he qualifies his next horse, Fen, it will be at the expense of his horse sitting 10th. But Will Simpson is guaranteed to start in that round. Aaron Vale will have 2. Krug Z won't be one of them. And that would have been fast enough if had been clear to go through, to be faster than Gangster Linnaeus and Caitlin Boyle. But with the 4 faults, Aaron Vale and Krug will be further down the order. So it remains to be seen which of Will Simpson's rides he will have as his winning round contender, because he sits in 10th with Fanta Light. He's been pushed out on his clear with Fashion Prince and comes now with Tyson Zeebarth's Fen. Eldorado Van der Zeschuk, also the sire of this one. So remember, Will and Fen, they need to be faster than 74.6 and of course clear. and he's not clear. The plank goes, so will ride first to go in the winning round with Fantalight B, and our starting 10 are now confirmed. Will jump the last, and 73.008 will be his time, but with the 4 faults, so it won't qualify for the winning round. So let's confirm who we will have in the order they'll come back in. Will Simpson and Fantalight. Caitlin Boyle and Gangster Linnaeus will ride second. Aaron Vale and Ayademi are. Then Madison Contracki, Starko, Susan Griffiths and Indoctra van Kattenhai. They will go fifth. Sixth to jump, Carnley Premier and Richie Maloney. Grant Seeger and Plot Z. Obi-Wan, Aaron Vale, Chloe Reed and Lewis P. and Caitlin Creel and H.H. Malibabi will be last to go in the winning round to try and take victory here on Friday afternoon at the Aiken International. Well, we're going to let Peter Holmes and his team set up the winning round track, and we'll be back to the action here in Aiken at Bruce's Field in just a few minutes' time. So Will Simpson is going to be our first to go with Fantalite B as they come back for the winning round. They do carry forward faults, but all of our qualifiers, our 10 qualifiers, ended up on a 0 score. So it is all to play for every single one of them. The fastest, therefore, in this round with the fewest faults will be our winner of today's feature class here. Actually surprising to see Will with just one of his horses qualified through to the winning round. He actually jumped clear with all three of them. Ends up with the slowest qualifying spot, but he has been so competitive all week. And 37.889, I think that's a very, very good challenge. And at the very least, he's put himself, I have to say, into the driving seat of the $500 Horseflight Challenge. I say Will Simpson has not made this easy. 37.889, a very, very polished round all the way on the front foot, just as we'd expect from Will. As I was saying, it was surprising that he only had one of his horses through. He's had 3 good rounds of jumping today, and he's got to be one to watch in this national tour as we build up and up towards our National Grand Prix on Sunday. Our second to show is going to be Caitlin Boyle and Gangster Linus, one of our early clears in the first round, and managed to hold on to take one of the 10 best spots. And again, look how fast they're going through the start beams. They know that this is going to be a red-hot winning round here this afternoon. It's a tight turn from the Dalman back to the Wrestling, and actually just ended up hanging a little bit over the Wrestling because they landed so short up in front of it. This horse keeps just becoming a touch earthbound in front of jumps. They slice up across the ring to the Macaroons. Good spot here and down to the horses' heads. A new fence for the division. They were a long way off at 39.471. They came down sharp over the back rail, but it stayed in place. They are a couple of seconds slow, 1.5 seconds slow for Gangster Linus and Caitlin Boyle. They're double clear, but they go second. Two in the winning round now for Arran Vale. This is the first of them, I Ademi R. And actually, time-wise, would have had all 4 of his rides in this class in the winning round, but he had unlucky rails with 2 of his horses, but 2 fast clears. You know, talk about where we ended up. Fantalite and Will Simpson were 74.6 seconds, but then it got a lot faster very quickly. Arran Vale and I Ademi R, the third to come forward. So what, the 8th best of the qualifiers, 72.3 seconds. Very, very fast over that first round. And look at this pace across the ground. The long run across the ring. Picks up the left-hand side of the Dalman. So laser targeted on his line, Aaron. Quickly clocks the head and eyes over to the Vitalize as he lands over the split rock vertical coming out of what was the triple combination, but the Vitalize front rail is gone. First faults of the winning round for Arran Vale. The plan is good, 38.5 on the clock, probably pulling up a little bit, so Aaron still probably has the legs of Will Simpson's time when he comes back later on with Obi-Wan, but that horse, Ayademi, finishes on 4 in the winning round. Another one to get 72 seconds over the first round track, Madison Kondraki. Madison owns and rides Stacco. Two riders listed as National Federation amateurs amongst our 10, including leader going into this round, Caitlin Creel. And then this is our only junior rider qualified for the winning round, mixing it with some of the biggest names, the fastest names in the sport here in the USA. Love to see Madison get a double clear. Whether she's quite got the legs of Will Simpson. 37.889. She's not going to be a million miles behind. Oh, it's double clear. 39.59 for Madison Kondraki and Stacco. Way to go, our junior rider. So later on in the order, we got a clear from Susan Griffiths and Indoctor Cape van Kattenay. Their time of 72.0 gave them a place in the winning round. Can they capitalise on that qualification now and take on some of our leading times? 3 double clears, 39 seconds for Madison, 39.4 for Caitlin Boyle. It was 39.5 for Madison and 37.8 for Will Simpson and Fantalite to lead the way. Well, now they've found a bit of pace. Last goes, the horse heads down in 39.214 for Indoctor van Kattenay and Susan Griffiths. So we've seen 5, we've got 3 double clears. Susan goes into 5th place. Madison Kondraki sits 3rd, Caitlin Boyle 2nd, Will Simpson in the lead, but a fantastic turn back to the Macaroons there from Susan Griffiths. Richard Maloney with Equanimity's Conley Premier. Conley Premier bred by Premier Sport Horses in Armagh in Northern Ireland. By Crown Z out of a Cavalier Royale mare. Conley Premier, just 9 years old, but this meter 35 should be well within their capability at this stage in their career with a rider like Richie. Again, he's just looking about being positive. He's looking about the foot speed, but like a lot of them, he just uses that long run up the ring from the Vitalized to the Macaroons to really just open up the taps. Over the horses' heads, 40.5 on the clock for Richie and Carnley Premier, and they will go into our top 5. Richie will be 4th best with Carnley Premier. So Will Simpson and Fantalight, so they were the 10th best qualifier. They have moved right the way up, if you look at it this way, into about 6 places already. So Grant Seeger went around the first round in 71 seconds and clear. So our 7th to start. Plot Z is the ride by Plot Blue. So unfortunately, the Vitalized down in the middle of their winning round. So got those 4 double clears still out in front. Grant Seeger and Plot Z will be our fastest 4th vaulter. They're actually the fastest of anyone in the winning round with Plot Z, so they go 5th best. Aaron Vale, Obi-Wan, over the first on the winning round. Aaron had a good time here earlier on, 38.5 with a rail for Iademi. I'll leave them all standing, but going the right way about setting one of our leading times. Very much all to play for here, because if Aaron Vale goes into the lead at the moment, he's guaranteed podium because he can finish no lower than 2nd. Chloe Reid and Lewis P will not start. So it's all going to be between Aaron Vale and our last to go in just a moment. He fist pumps over the last. He knows he's that far ahead. 37.449 for Obi-Wan. And Aaron Vale. .44 seconds faster than Will Simpson, but it's enough. 37.449 plays 37.889. So Will Simpson and Fantalight down to 2nd. Caitlin Boyle and Gangster Linear sitting 3rd. Double clear for Madison Kondraki. Double clear for Richie Maloney. And it comes down now to our fastest in the first round. Can they hang on and make it a win? They need to be faster than 37.449. And my goodness, if they do it by a couple of hundredths, Aaron Vale might rue that fist pump over the horse heads on the way home. H.H. Malibabi and Caitlin Creel to wrap up today's jumping here in the main ring at Aiken, South Carolina. Well, unfortunately for Caitlin, it means it's a win for Aaron Vale once again. Fastest 4-falter was Grant Seeger and Plot Z in 37.184, faster than anyone else. So it's going to take quite a bit to beat Grant for the best place in the lower half of the draw, but has qualified through to the winning round. Caitlin Creel and H.H. Malababi will go then onto our leaderboard into 9th in 41.438 with the 4 faults. 4 faults for Indoctoro and Susan Griffiths, 4 faults for Aaron Vale and Ayademi, 4 faults for Grant Seeger. Top 5 all double clears: Richard Maloney, Madison Contracki, Caitlin Boyle, Will Simpson, and winner once again today, Aaron Vale. Winner today with Obi-Wan in 37.449. Awards coming up. Of course, a big day tomorrow, including the $100,000 FEI Grand Prix here at Split Rock Aiken. In the main ring, we've got the junior amateur finals for the meter 20, the meter 30. We've got a meter 40 junior amateur speed and our $100,000 FEI Grand Prix. Ring 2 action tomorrow as well. And don't forget, on Sunday, we have plenty more with the build-up to the meter 35 Wrestling National Prix here. We've got a mini Prix, meter 40 junior amateur final, and the meter 35 National Prix, all on Sunday with us here at Bruce's Field, the Aiken Horse Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the award winners for the $5,000 ESI footing 1 meter 35 winning round. Derek Braun, founder and president of the Split Rock Jumping Tour, congratulating 8th place Susan Griffiths in Dr. K. Vantakattenhay. Aaron Vale is in 7th with Ayademi R4, and then Grant Seeger and Plot Z in 6th. 5th goes to Richie Maloney and Conley Premier, with Madison Kondracki in 4th riding Stacco. The podium placings: 3rd goes to Gangster Linus and Caitlin Boyle. Fantalight B, the runner-up, is Will Simpson. But the winner, another win at the Aiken International for Obi-Wan and Aaron Vale. Let's take those top 3 to the podium. It is 3rd for Caitlin Boyle. Will Simpson is 2nd. Most importantly, he leads the way in terms of the Horsefight Fist Pump Award. But the winner is Aaron Vale and Obi-Wan. Photographs once again courtesy of Winslow Photography. As ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand and remove cover for the national anthem of the winning rider. Once again, it's for Erin Vale, and once again, it's the United States of America. Thank you all. Thanks very much indeed. Erin Vale taking the victory with Obi-Wan. It's Will Simpson in second, riding Fantalite B, and Caitlin Boyle on that podium placing with Gangstalinas. Congratulations also to fourth place, Madison Kondracki and Stacco. Great try there. Richie Maloney and Conley Premier finished fifth. Grant Seeger is sixth, riding Plod Z, and then Erin also seventh with I Adermi R4. It's eighth place for Susan Griffiths and Indoctro K. Vantakattenhay. Everyone's back on board. We are good and set for the victory gallop. Will Simpson leads the way in terms of the Horseflight Fist Pump Award. Can that be better by Erin Vale in his victory gallop? Erin Vale takes the win. Congratulations, Obi-Wan. We'll send him on his own. Erin Vale takes the win in the ESI footing winning round. Obi-Wan. Great competition to conclude day 3 of the Aiken International. Competition commences tomorrow, and it is, of course, the big one. It's the $100,000 CSI 3-star Grand Prix in the afternoon. Until then, don't forget that Brook USA exhibitor party. That'll be taking place at 5 p.m. in the VIP. Look forward to seeing you all there.